Hey guys, so next up we're doing another set from the Dramatic Capture series, which is Triple Takeover, which is Blitzwing, Astro Train, and Starscream attacking Megatron. So, I do actually want to get that Megatron 3-pack. I'll probably get it at some point here soon because I don't have that mold at all, and I kind of want to upgrade my Shockwave, so... Soundwave I'm a little bit iffier on, but... So this set comes with Astro Train, Starscream, and Blitzwing. I have already reviewed the Legacy Blitzwing and the Studio Series Starscream. I never reviewed Astro Train, but I have reviewed Galaxy Shuttle. So the reason I got this really was because I didn't have Astro Train. That was the main thing, is I just didn't have Astro Train. But at my local shop, they had Earthrise Astro Train, who was $80. This was $100. So I figured $20, I'll get a better painted Blitzwing and a better painted Starscream on top of an Astro Train that I don't already have. So, he doesn't have any of the stupid accessories I don't care about. So, that was my logic. We're going to start with Starscream because he's the only one who's not a triple changer. And then we'll do Blitzwing and then we'll do Astro Train last because Astro Train's the only one I've never reviewed before. So, I love this paint scheme so much more than the Studio Series one. He looks great. This is kind of like the other Dramatic Capture Series set I did, which was Mainframe, Jazz, and Optimus, where Starscream was kind of the one I didn't care about, and he's the one who kind of blew me away because he just looks incredible. But the only thing this doesn't have is the throne, but I know the Megatron set has the throne, so... Anyway. Transforming him is exactly like the others of this mold. So we're going to take those null rays off, fold out the wings, straighten out the legs, pull those down, disconnect those. Straighten all that out, flip that out, open up the arms. Bring down the canopy, the cockpit, fold it up, push that all in like that, and then we'll straighten the arms out. And there we have Starscream in his robot mode with the null rays on, and he looks great. Yeah, he looks phenomenal in this mode. He feels a lot sturdier than my Studio Series one did, even though I messed up the transformation right here, but he feels a lot better. The joints are much tighter, and he just looks a lot better. So his articulation is his head is on a full 360. If you move the wings back, his arms are on a full 360. In and out the shoulders, turn at the bicep, elbow joint, no wrist, but his hand does open. No waist swivel, but his legs can go forward and back a little bit. And he's got a knee bend and an ankle pivot. So he's got most of the articulation you expect from a modern-day Transformer. And I still really like the Earthrise Seeker mold. I think it's great, and that's probably why I haven't replaced it yet. But he can, of course, become Coronation Starscream if you remove the null rays. Put these pieces on. And yes, these guns are still a separate piece. If you pull the back up, you can put the cape on, and you can extend it if you want to. But I usually just leave it like that. And actually, you know what? For the display, I'll flare it out. Because I do admit it does look neat. And get his crown on, and there you go. And now what I do is, because since he doesn't have the throne, I just kind of put the normal null rays on his back, and there you go. I think he looks terrific. I don't know if I'm going to keep him in Coronation mode, because he was only in the Coronation armor for like a minute, but it is a great display if you want to use it. Next, we'll do Blitzwing. I'm still not a big fan of. I've never been big on this mold to begin with. I honestly only transformed it a couple of times, but you know, he is the weakest of the set to me. But you might like him, and because his jet mode is also like really, really bad. But anyway. Now to transform him, we are supposed to be able to open this up. Yep, there you go. Flip that out. Flip the tank front up. Open that up. Flip the tank out. Pull these guns off. And then we'll pull these forward. Probably have to disconnect all of that. I'm trying to do this off of memory, so bear with me. If I have to pause it, I'll pause it. Because yeah, I haven't done this in well over a year. I feel like... Okay, I'm gonna pause it real quick. Okay, I don't think I was doing anything wrong. I just don't think I wanted to cooperate. But we'll see. And just kind of make sure everything is lined up. This is what happens when you don't do something for a long time. And then you don't look at the instructions. But let's straighten all of this out. Straighten all this out. And then that should hook on right there. Close that up and close that up. Yep, and that does it. So there's his tank mode, which I do believe is quite a bit better than the jet mode, but it's still not great. Like, none of his alternate mode, neither of his alternate modes are really anything to write home about. But we'll go ahead and get him into robot mode now. So straighten all of this out. Get all that up. Open up the legs. Which seem to be really tight all of a sudden. What the fuck? Huh. Either I'm doing something wrong, or nope, I am not. It's just tight. Okay. And just close all that back up. Flip out his heels. Flip this forward. Heels forward. All right. Open the chest up. Flip the head out. Close all that up like that, and then do something. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this figure, if you guys can't tell. Okay, there we go. Now just close these back up. And then just rotate, hit your cameras while you're rotating your things. And then there you go, you have Blitzwing in his robot mode. And I mean, this is his best mode. It's still not great. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm just not a big fan of this mold in general. I didn't bother getting, what's his name, Overcharge. He didn't really do it for me. Because Blitzwing didn't do it for me, so why would I get a stupid green repaint that I don't care about? But his articulation is, his legs go forward and back. His knees are a little loose on mine, but it's not the end of the world. Turn up here, bend out there. Turn at thigh, knee joint, ankle pivot, waist swivel. Head's on a full 360. Shoulders can go forward, in and out. Turn at the bicep. Elbow joint, wrist swivel. So he's got most of the articulation you expect. But he's just not a fun figure to me. I don't like the transformation. I don't like either of his alt modes. His rollout mode's not bad, but otherwise he's not great for me. But that's just me. Now, Astro Train, on the other hand, I do like, but I like Galaxy Shuttle, so. His spaceship mode is really nice. I love the colors on this guy. It really pops. But now he also, of course, has a train mode. So let's get him there. We're going to close all of that up. Fold these down. Fold these down. Like that. Open this up to rotate that around. And then close it back up. Make sure it is closed. There you go. Now fold these wheels down. Rotate that around and then close all of that up. Rotate that around. Close all of that up. And there you go. He's a train now. Which is neat. I missed a step. I honestly completely forgot about this step. He does have these pieces in the front of the train that you can rotate out. I forgot about that. This is why looking at the instructions is a good thing, gentlemen. And ladies, if ladies are watching this, if you are, hi. But now the train mode looks quite a bit better. And you can, of course, you know, plug the guns on. Which you can do with any of them. Their guns can just go various places. They have the 5mm ports, which have been around since the Siege. Which, this is a Siege figure, so it's still relevant. Flip that up. Rotate these around. Flip these wings out. Flip that around. Flip that around. Flip that out. Flip that out. Rotate. Rotate. Straighten out. Straighten out. And then this is kind of hard. It was hard on Galaxy Shuttle too, but flip out the feet. Flip these down. disconnect that, rotate this down into his back, and then close that up. Flip that around. Rotate. And then flip out his hands. And then rotate his head. You don't have to rotate the head if you don't want to. I just choose to. And there you go. There's Astro Train in his robot mode, which I like. I like Astro Train's robot mode a lot. I don't know which one I prefer, him or Galaxy Shuttle. But I think they're both neat in their own ways. And I'm just going to kind of leave these guns back here. Give it a bit more character. Articulation-wise, his head is on a full 360. Rotation at the shoulder, in and out the shoulder, turn in the bicep, double elbow joint. No wrist swivel, but he's on a ball-jointed head. Waist swivel, legs can go forward, in and out, turn at the thigh, knee joint, and an ankle pivot. So he's got good articulation, and he's really fun. I love his transformations. I think both of his ult modes are good, and I think he's just an all-around really fun figure. He's probably my second favorite of this episode, Starscream. Yeah, so if we get all these guys together, I think it's a random set, Blitzwing, Astro Train, and Starscream. I would have expected the Seekers just as one set, but it's not what they did. But for what it is, I really like these two guys. This is the best version of this mold. So 2 out of 3 is still good odds, even if you might like the Blitzwing mold. I'm just not a fan of it. But I think this is a very fun set. Definitely worth picking up, especially if you have none of these figures. If you only have one, it's still worth getting for the other two. If you only have two, if you were like in my situation where this was only $20 more than the leader class of this, then yeah, absolutely go for it. Get 2 other figures for $20 extra. But that being said, this is where I'm going to sign it off in this review. I think this is a great set. I probably do like it a little bit more than the other one, because if I'm honest with you, I sold Jazz and I sold Mainframe and I only kept Optimus. These I'm keeping all 3, so I think this is probably a better set than the last one I reviewed. So thank you guys so much for watching this review. I do hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for more. Take care.